One of these men wrote the lyrics to this song. Listen.
It's now or never. Come hold me tight. Kiss me, my darling. Be mine tonight.
What is your name, please?
My name is Aaron Schroeder.
My name is Aaron Schroeder. My name is Aaron Schroeder.
Only one of these people is the real Aaron Schroeder. The other two are imposters and will try to fool this panel. Johnny Carson, Kitty Carlisle, Don Amici, and Polly Bergen on To Tell the Truth. And here to start the 5th year of To Tell the Truth is our host, Bud Collyer.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and welcome once again to Tell the Truth, brought to you this week by Dristan Decongestant Cough Medicine. Stops coughing due to colds or bronchial irritation. Dristan Decongestant Cough Medicine. Panel, for those of you who were with me on the first show, mutual congratulations starting our 5th year.
Feel very old.
And our thanks to all of you who've kept us on. We certainly are grateful for that and hope you make us feel still older. All right, let's open up the first envelope for the first time tonight. Take out your affidavit card and follow along as I read. I, Aaron Schroeder, am a songwriter. The songs I have written for Elvis Presley have sold more than 15 million records. One of them, It's Now or Never, is the #1 hit in 20 countries, the biggest international hit Elvis ever had. Among my other hit tunes recorded by Elvis Presley and other artists are I Got Stung, Stuck on You, Big Hunk of Love, First Name Initial, French Foreign Legion, Rubber Ball, and recently, I Laughed So Hard I Cried. Signed, Aaron Schroeder. Four gentlemen to start this first show in our 5th year with us. Panel, all claiming to be Aaron Schroeder, songwriter. And let's start this questioning with Johnny Carson. Johnny?
Number 1, what is 4/5 divided by 1/3? It has nothing to do with what you do,
7/8.
but my kid is having trouble with his homework, and I want to... Number 2, what was Elvis's job before he became a singer?
Drove a truck.
He drove a truck. Number 3, Mr. Presley, I understand, was just recently married, his father. Can you tell me the name of the woman that he married?
I don't recall her name.
Number 1, could you hum a few lyrics to Rubber Ball?
No, we can't have any lyrics or any humming of songs.
Oh, well,
That's taboo.
that may be good. Number 2, where do you get the inspiration for your songs?
Many places I'd rather not mention.
Son of a gun. Number 1, where did you get the inspiration for Rubber Ball?
I'd rather not say about that either.
The Shifty Group.
Number 3, would you like to tell me where you got the inspiration for I Got Stung?
I can't tell you. I think I was just walking along.
And got stung.
It sounds like government security or something. Yes. Number 1, who's the head of ASCAP?
Stanley Adams.
Number 2, who's the head of ASCAP?
Stanley Adams.
Number 3, is there another rival company like ASCAP?
Yes,
What
there is. BMI.
And who's the head of that?
Carl Haviland.
Number 1, can you tell me who wrote the lyrics for Camelot?
No, I cannot.
Can you, number 2?
Alan J. Lerner.
Don Amici, please.
Number 2, who was the former head of ASCAP?
Paul Cunningham.
Number 3, what are the different grades in ASCAP?
Well, I believe that used to exist. I don't think it exists any longer.
Number 1, about what would the remuneration be to a man who used to be classified, let's say, an A year?
The total remuneration?
Yes, a year.
Yeah, $18,000.
Number 2, what would you say that a AAA man would get per year?
$75,000.
Number 3, what would you say that the equivalent of a B man would get a year?
There are no clearly defined amounts as far as I know, except that In the 20,000 figure, something like that.
Number one, who writes the music for most of your songs?
Wally Gold.
Number two.
That's it, I'm afraid. Polly.
Number one, who had the big record hit on the song that you now call It's Now or Never several years ago?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
Well, isn't it true that It's Now or Never is a classical music?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Well, there was another record of it made with different lyrics several years ago. Who had that big record?
I really don't know.
Number two, do you know?
Tony Martin.
Number three, what is the original song title?
Oh, Solo Mio.
Number two, who wrote the lyrics of the record that was popular a couple of years ago?
I don't know.
Number one,
That's it. We have to stop right there with number one. Never find out who got stung, but it's time to vote. So will you mark your ballots and without consultation, vote for number one, number two, or number three? Challengers, of course, will receive the usual $250 for every incorrect vote. Everyone set and ready?
no,
Not yet?
I am.
I'd like to get them all marked before we call for the first one. Okay. Johnny, for whom did you vote this first time?
I voted for number two, from just sheer deduction.
All righty.
That'll get you nowhere on this show.
Don't press your luck. Leave it right there. Just leave it there.
I voted because he's got a beard.
And, Kitty, your vote.
I voted for number two. He knew who wrote the lyrics of Camelot, and also he knew who was the president of ASCAP. I do believe that they still have gradations in ASCAP, and although $75,000 seemed very small for a AAA man, I still think it was number two.
John.
I voted for number one. I thought a single A salary, about $18,000, would be very close to correct. I thought. Now, maybe I'm wrong in that.
Polly, the world awaits your ballot.
That's pretty embarrassing. At my usual pattern of guessing, I voted for number two. The beard was very much against him. Well, no, you see, because you have to understand that this show is a rotten, sneaky production. And they would deliberately put a beard on a man to make us think he was a songwriter, you see. Which is the reason why I was strongly against him all the way through, excepting that he did know Tony Martin had the big record. Number one didn't know that. And number three, I just don't know. It was between two and three. I was forced to vote for two because of answers, but I'm not that sure.
All righty, there we go. Let's see who's sure and who isn't. We've come to the point now of our own moment of truth, as we sometimes call it, as we discover which one of these gentlemen is the real hit songwriter. So will the real Aaron Schroeder please stand up? Well, yes, Kitty.
No more gradations in ASCAP. Everybody gets the same amount of money, if not
No,
possible.
it's according to a classification, but not A, B, C, or so forth, you know.
But how do they find out who has
By
the most
performances,
things played?
strictly by performances,
One
and
who
that
pays
was
the
very...
greatest rent
I
at
see.
the most things
Thank you.
played.
There is no such thing as a AAA anymore?
No.
Oh, no.
I don't believe there ever was. I think it was only AA was the highest.
Double A was the
Yes.
highest.
All right, let's find out about our other two gentlemen now who did so well in fooling you, panel. Number one, your real name, please, and what you really do.
My name is Max Miller. I'm the president of the Joseph Fleischer Company. We manufacture women's wigs, women's hair pieces, and men's toupees.
In fairness to the ladies in our audience, the last thing he mentioned you didn't hear. He said, and men's toupees. Number two, your real name, sir, and what you do.
My name is Len Magnus, and I'm the owner of the Animals Kingdom. We sell pet supplies and clip poodles.
Well, the rundown on the score shows that you picked up where our challengers left off last week, when every challenger beat the panel 100%, and you did it this round with 4 incorrect for a grand total of $1,000 from Dristan and a gift package of fine products from the makers of Dristan. Thanks for making our start of our new year such a good one. Goodbye and good luck to you. And let's meet our next team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is Kay Pollock.
My name is Kay Pollock.
My name is Kay Pollock.
Again, panel, will you follow along with your affidavit cards? I, Kay Pollock, live on a 600-acre farm. Each year, as part of my work with our local 4-H club, I raise a few head of cattle on my own. This year, at the International Livestock Exhibition in Chicago, my steer, Herky, won the grand championship as the best in the show. I sold him for $16,725. Signed, Kay Pollock. Now we have three young ladies, each of whom claimed, panel, to be Kay Pollock, who, instead of raising cane, raised a blue ribbon steer. And let's start this second round of questioning with Don Amici.
Number two, who buys the top steers in these shows?
Well, it's auctioned. The
Yeah,
highest bidder.
who buys them?
The highest bidder.
What? Number three, who buys these steers? Primarily, who buys them?
Ranchers.
I beg your pardon?
Ranchers.
Number one?
Ranchers.
Number two, how many acres in a section?
Oh, I don't know.
Number three?
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know either? Number two, what is the name of an original brand of cows raised at King Ranch?
I don't know.
You don't know. You don't know either. Number three, you know. Number one, you don't know.
That's all we have time for. I'm sorry for you, Don. Polly.
I don't know either, Don. Number one, where is your farm?
It's in Iowa.
Number two, where's your farm?
Sheldon, Iowa.
Number three?
Spencer, Iowa.
Lived in every state except Iowa. Can't ask a single question about... I don't even know the capital of Iowa. Is it Boise?
Des Moines.
No, that's Idaho.
Des Moines.
Des Moines. What's the cap... No, you are... Number one, what kind of a steer is Herky?
He's a Hereford.
A Hereford? Number two, what kind of a steer was your Herky?
He's a Hereford.
A Hereford? What's the difference between a Hereford and a Jersey?
Well, a Jersey is a dairy cow.
Oh.
Or a dairy cattle. Hereford is meat.
I see.
Johnny?
Number one, where is Corning, Iowa?
I don't really know.
Number two?
I don't know.
Number three?
I don't know.
Well, it's there because I was born there. You were born in
That explains a lot. You were born in Corning.
Never mind that.
Okay.
Number two, how many roosters would you have for 100 chickens?
Pardon me?
How many... Nothing personal, you understand? I mean, number three, how many roosters would you have for 100 chickens?
I don't know.
Number one?
This all depends on the chickens.
Depends on the rooster.
When it's something that's chicken, trust you to pull it. All right, Kitty.
Number two, what is a Brahma bull?
A Brahma bull, it's a type of bull. It's known for the big hump on its back.
Number two, can you tell me where a Hereford has a white spot? Number three, I mean.
On its head, its feet, and its tail.
Number one, where was this exhibition held in Chicago?
Well, it was just in Chicago.
Where?
At the livestock building. I really don't know where it's at because I'm from Iowa.
You weren't there when they
Yes.
sold it? Oh, you were,
Yes,
but you don't remember exactly.
No,
What did you feed this prize-winning bull, number two?
I feed it 2 times a day, in the morning and in the evening.
What?
Corn and oats.
Number three, is there a pledge for the fourth?
I'm afraid that's all the time we have, and let's hope you crow this time as roosters instead of slinking away as hens, and discover how right or wrong you are.
Don't slink
Will you
away.
Please
Really?
mark your ballots, if you will, please, and vote for number one, number two, or number three. Everybody set? Okay, Johnny, for whom did you vote?
Well, I'm still mad about Corning, Iowa. Again, through sheer logic, I'm going to vote for number one.
Okay. Kitty?
Well, I got so mixed up with the hens and the roosters and my own sense of female chauvinism that I forgot what it was that number 3 said that made me feel it was she. But she's made a very intelligent answer, and I believe it's number 3.
Don?
Well, I voted for number 2, and I'm basing it on all the answers that I got to my question.
All right. Polly?
Well, I feel so downtrodden after having missed so many that really I'm just frantically trying to get one right tonight. And I voted for number 1. She's very quiet and terribly nice. We didn't ask her hardly anything. Number 2 answered all sorts of questions, which is a sure sign it isn't her. And I just, even if it isn't her, could you cheat? Because I'm getting a terrible inferiority.
Well, let's see. Now, it may be better than you think, because it's time now to find out who's right and who's wrong with our minds made up as they are, and discover which of these 3 charming young ladies raised the prize steer Herky. So will the real Kay Pollock please stand up? Kay Pollock's reputation. You see there, you were getting defeatism too
I
soon.
finally broke that terrible...
Number 2, would you tell us your real name and what you really do?
I'm Marion Payson, and I attend high school here in the city.
Well, you learned well about chapel and all that goes with it. Number 3, what about you? Your real name and what you do?
I'm Corliss Johnster, and I go to Lincoln Junior High School in Kearney, New Jersey.
She didn't say Corning, she said Kearney. Kearney, New Jersey. Check the score. We find that there were 2 incorrect votes at $250 each for a total of $500 from Dristan and a gift package of fine products by the makers of Dristan. Thank you, young ladies. It was nice having you with us. Good night, good luck, and God bless. Okay, panel, let's meet our 3rd team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is Hannes Keller.
My name is Hannes Keller.
My name is Hannes Keller.
Will you follow this affidavit, please? I, Hannes Keller, am a skin diver. This summer, I descended to a depth of 510 feet underwater. This dive proved my theory that by breathing various mixtures of gases at different levels, man can descend to depths of 2,000 to 3,000 feet without the danger of either narcosis or the bends. The mathematical formulas involved are so complicated that it took an IBM computer 4 hours to calculate and check them. Incidentally, my 510-foot dive set a new world's record. Signed, Hannes Keller. Three stalwart gentlemen this time, claiming to be Hannes Keller, champion skin diver, and scientific about it all. Let's start this round with Kitty Carlisle. Kitty?
Thank you, Bud. Number 1, what is morpho-narcosis?
Narcosis is the rupture of the depth.
Of the what?
Of the depth. When
the rupture of the
air
depth?
is too thick to breathe.
I think that's Polly's question. The rapture of the deep, always? No? I think so. Number 2, what is morpho-narcosis?
Morpho-narcosis?
Yes.
I don't know the word.
Uh-huh. Number 3, what do you do to unbend the bends?
To unbend the bend?
When you get the bends, what do you do to unbend it?
With my system, you don't have the bends.
I know, but what do you do if you don't have your
system? You
system?
go up very slowly.
Uh-huh.
Very slowly.
I see. Number 2, when you have the bends, what happens to you?
You get paralyzed, and you can die.
I see. Number 1, what is the pressure at 500 and some odd feet?
500 and some feet is 125 atmosphere. 155 atmosphere.
Don?
155 what?
Meters.
Meters?
Yes.
Meters per what? Per how much?
Meters of depth.
No, she asked you, what is the pressure at 510 feet?
At 510 feet is 150 atmospheres.
Atmosphere.
Number 2. Number 2, what gases do you find at various levels? Just give me a few.
Oh, this is top secret. It is not yet patented, and so I can't tell you. I'm very sorry.
This is the same.
Polly?
More top secrets tonight. Number 3, I always ask the same questions on Skin Divers, so I know Willie has primed them. Number 3, who did The Silent World, a film on skin diving?
Yves Cousteau, Jacques-Yves Cousteau.
Number 2, who was Mr. Cousteau's partner? Who worked with him to develop?
It was Dumas and Taillet.
Thank you. Number 1, do you wear a tank? Is that the way you work?
Well, you have tanks.
How many tanks do you wear?
2 on my
2 tanks.
back.
How many pounds of air does each one handle?
200 pounds.
How long will that last?
About a quarter of a minute.
Johnny? Number 2, where is Corning, Iowa? I'll keep working on that.
Corning Island.
No, never mind.
He was teasing.
I'm sorry I brought it up. Number 3, where is the Mariana Trench?
That I would know that.
Number 2?
I don't know.
Number 1, where is the Mariana Trench?
I believe it's outside of the Marianas.
It's just off Corning, Iowa. Yeah. Number 2, what is the difference between ebb tide and neap tide?
Ebb tide and deep tide.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is level of the water, which is different.
Number 1, what is... Oh, boy. Number 1, where is the Bay of Fundy? The Bay of Fundy.
The Bay of Fundy, I don't know.
Number 3, what was the name of Auguste Picard's unit that set the recent record underwater? What does it call?
510 feet.
No, not yours, but Auguste Picard. You know, that they went down...
Picard was 426.
That's all we have time for. Once again, we've come to the end of a reckoning, so will you please, since it's time to vote, without consultation, panel, mark your ballots for number 1, number 2, or number 3. All ballots marked? Corning been heard from? Johnny, for whom did you vote? I voted for number 3. I'm not quite sure. Except I like the idea that the Marianas Trench is outside of the Marianas, and that... Kitty! He sold me. Oh, I'm sorry. Kitty, your ballot, please.
Where is it?
He doesn't know.
I voted for number 3. I don't think he understood your question about the bathysphere, which is what you were referring to. I don't think he understood that. And I thought he gave the best answers. And he looks like a very serious scientific type fella.
Don Amici.
I voted for number 2 because it didn't work last time.
And Polly.
Wait a minute. Yeah. I voted for number 3, but I have a terrible feeling that number 1 misunderstood one of my questions. I said, how long do the 2 tanks of air last? He said a quarter of a minute, which is not possible. But for fear that he meant it, I didn't vote for him. Because otherwise he would drown, you know. It only lasts that long.
Is he here to tell the tale?
No.
All right. Well, he has told it and told it well, as have they all 3. Let's find out how we did this round as we discover which one of these gentlemen is the real scientific skin diver. So will the real Hannes Keller please stand up? Well, he's up. Congratulations to you, sir. Thank you very much. Number 1, would you tell us your real name and what you really do, please?
I'm Oleg Gorevic, section manager for equipment for the Westinghouse Electric Lamp Division.
Thank you. And number 3, your real name and what you do, please.
My name is Juan Metzger, and I'm the president of Dannon Yogurt.
Dannon Yogurt. Well, let's check the score, gentlemen. You had, let's see, 1, 2, 3 incorrect votes at $250 each for a grand total this time of $750 from Dristan. And, of course, a package of fine products from the makers of Dristan. Thanks so much for being with us. Good night. I hope you had fun. We did. Thank you. Well, I guess that wraps up the start of our anniversary year for tonight. There was a phone call just relayed to me, Johnny, from Corning, Iowa. The Roosters Club out there said to congratulate you for not laying an egg. I regret to say, in one sense, Polly's going to be away from us for a few weeks now. Where are you going, Polly?
Oh, I'm going to California.
For how long?
3 weeks.
Ooh, we have to wish you Merry Christmas tonight then, don't we?
Yes, and a Merry Christmas to you and all the rest of you, too.
Thank you, Pauline. Betty White will be sitting in for you while you're away, and Johnny is going to stay where he is, thank heaven. Pinch hitting for Tom Poston, who's still out with Conquering Hero. When does that open? Does anyone know?
January the 11th.
January 11th, is that it?
That's right.
Well, Tom, if you're watching in a sneaky moment tonight, why, we all wish you the best of everything and hope it's a big smash hit. That's it, panel. Thanks for being with me, and good night.
Good night,
Bud Collier saying good night from this stand and reminding you to tell the truth. Good night, everybody.
To Tell the Truth is a Mark
This is
Butcher
Carol
and Bill
Williams.
Todman production.
Harry
in
Morgan and I
association
hope
with the CBS Television Network. Johnny Carson may be seen daily on Who Do You Trust?